Well, we're back with the Dakar. We're still in Mali on the road between Timbuktu and Gao. Well, the special, as we said earlier, 415 kilometers, average speed of 90 kilometers an hour for the cars. Route goes from valley to valley on sandy tracks, and there's many jumps to catch out the cars. And for the bikers, there's cacti. As I said earlier, very nostalgic, this part of the route where it crosses past Gomararous, where Sabine, the Dakar originator, was killed in 1986, along with French pop star Daniel Balavoine and 3 others, whilst he was shepherding his bikers in late at night on the rally. Well, this is the man running the rally now, Hubert Auriol, himself a winner, and this is the local village poet. Well, if your French is up to it, he's actually made a poem out of numbers. Typical of the people of Mali here. Very much an Islamic country. Timbuktu, of course, the Mecca for Muslims of Africa. But Timbuktu being left behind for the moment, they will be going back there on January 15th. Back to the city that once was banned to Europeans until the mid-1800s, who risked being put to death if an infidel was caught in this holy city. Well, Salvador, Serbia, Hiroshi Matsuoka, Bruno Sabi and Jean-Louis Schlesser all in action today. Schlesser 4th on the special stage, 4th overall, and his partner Jutta Kleinschmidt 5th on the stage and 9th overall. Well, this is Salvador, Serbia for Nissan. We're listening to his commentary as he races down the special stage well over 75 miles an hour. He says we're driving between the dunes, the sand's very soft. Better keep in the tracks, because if you go off the track, you lose speed. It's even more important in the curves. We have to be intelligent and as regular as possible. And he makes a message to his wife just there. He said, I want to send this message to my wife because 24 years ago today, she made the mistake of her life in marrying me. Well, problems for Thierry Delaverne. Also of Nissan, it's all over for Delaverne, the man who's won the T2 and T1 categories on the Dakar in the past. We're a bit worried because of noise in the engine, he said. I fear the worst. We're now waiting for assistance truck to have the final diagnosis. I'm afraid it's over. And indeed, tonight it's confirmed the engine's broken after overheating problems yesterday. This is Toyota France in action. Francis Bouni in his Toyota, fighting with teammate Jean-Pierre Cotteret. They're fighting for 51st place in the car section. Well, Bouni saying, I can't see anything, but I'm going to try and pass him. But would you believe it? He's speeding up. Well, this is a road rage in the middle of the Sahara. Well, Bruno Sabi in fighting form, still overall leader of the rally. In comes Jean-Pierre Fontenay. First on the special stage, it's his second win on the rally, and in fact he's the only man to take 2 special stages. He's in 3rd overall as he races alongside the Niger. We talked to Fontenay at the end of the day. Well, it's my son Ulysses' birthday today. I wanted to offer him a special present. I won the special. I couldn't give him anything else, so that's his birthday present, and it was hard to get. Shinazuka 2nd on the stage, staying in 2nd overall to Bruno Sabi, so it's still Mitsubishi 1-2-3 with Schlesser in his Seat powered buggy in 4th place. Another look at leader Sabi in the PIA car. Sabi, of course, a winner of the Dakar in the past. Well, this gentleman said that Mitsubishi is the best car and he'd buy one if he only had the money. The scenes of the River Niger. They'll be following it all the way along from Gao to Tao tomorrow as they cross into the country of Niger. Well, here's the results of the cars today. Fontenay winning from Shino, from Sabi, Schless and Jutta Kleinschmidt 5th on the stage. Which leaves the overall rally situation tonight after 5 days as Bruno Sabi still leading from Shinazuka, Fontenay, the Mitsubishi 123, then Schlesser, and in 5th place Hiroshi Masuoka in the long wheelbase Challenger Mitsubishi. So great performance by that man, with Salvador Servia, who we heard commentating from his Nissan earlier, in 6th place. So 3 Mitsubishis, a Schlesser, another Mitsubishi and Nissan filling the top 6. Well, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes activity. We've been following various aspects of this on the Dakar. This is one of the main event sponsors, Total Fuel. Well, the man from Total tells us that we have to keep the rally on the move, supplying them not just with car and bike fuel, but also, of course, the aircraft. We bring our pump with us, so you could be in your village at home. But here we are in the middle of Mali. And here behind me, he said, is 60,000 litres of fuel. We have that at every bivouac. Blue and white barrels for the cars and the red and white barrels for the bikes. We mustn't get them mixed up. And he said, honestly, we worked out we use as much fuel on the Dakar as a motorway service station in France will use in a whole week. Well, in come the racers to fill up.
Mais le full, parce que comme on roule dans le mou... Nous allons commencer à servir depuis hier à 16h l'assistance, les véhicules de l'assistance ainsi que les camions. Les premiers véhicules sont arrivés à 16h.
The way they carry the fuel, it comes in on the trucks and they have to stay ahead of the rally all the time, at least 2 days ahead to set up, get everything ready, and of course they have to fill up the bikes midway through stages. The cars have enough fuel usually to last the whole day. So in the afternoon we can pack up after the bikes are gone and we have to race on to the next meeting point for refueling. Well, it's not just daytime, it goes on all night, says the Total man. He said, of course, people are coming in late, up to midnight, and they need fuel, so we don't get much sleep. Coverage of the Dakar-Agadez Dakar Rally of 1997. You'll join me, Mark Cole, as we see pictures of disaster today for Jean-Louis Schlesser. He has rolled out of the Dakar. Overnight, leader Sabi had a puncher, dropped to 3rd, and that man, Shinazuka, takes the lead from Fontenay. In the bikes, Peter Hansel makes it 5 out of 6, but 4th placed Gerard Jimink here is out of the event, injured. Well, let's look back at yesterday. First, a flashback to stage 5 on Wednesday, January the 8th. Terry Magnaldi won the stage despite having to change an engine on the piece the day before. He's still, though, outside the top 20 after losing a lot of time. Well, this man, Gerard Jimink, in 2nd place yesterday on the KTM, the Dutch rider, really putting on a fine show. And Stefan Petterhansel on the #1 Yamaha, still keeping the lead of the rally here, racing along the side of the River Niger, the 3rd largest river of Africa. Well, Bruno Sabi, 3rd on the stage for Mitsubishi, but he keeps his lead of the 97 Dakar. Nissan's Terry de Laverne, though, out with engine failure. The man everyone expected would take the top Nissan honours on the event. And Jean-Pierre Fontenay wins the stage and keeps his place in 3rd overall. Well, the rally is still in Mali yesterday and today, leaving the Niger River and heading east across the desert. After changes to the route, you'll hear more about that in a moment. A combination of camel grass desert and rocky tracks where punches can happen. Would you believe a weekly bus service going 400 kilometers from Gao to Niamey, which is near today's destination, takes nearly 30 hours. The trucks will be using a different tarmac route and there'll be no plane mechanics. This is a local branch of Toys R Us in Mali. Jean-Paul Bossonnet there in a Mercedes-Mitsubishi support truck. And a man we thought had retired yesterday, Belgium's Jackie Lomans, may be still in the rally despite his front axle collapsing on the Toyota. It's been a hard event, it's been a tough event, and we're not even halfway through it yet. Hubertorial last night modifying the route to avoid taking risks in the Aya Massif in the north of Niger, where there's still bandit problems. Today the Dakar should have run another 400-kilometer liaison to Tahua in Niger, but this has been changed to a special tomorrow. He tells us why.
I think it was important to go back to Niger, and everybody's waiting for that, you know. Same thing here in Gao. They were waiting for the race because it's very important. Now business is starting again, and it's important to show that life is again okay, and they need business, they need to see people, and it's the same today in Niger. So we have to, they want us to come, that's sure, and we work very hard. We started working about 6 months from this problem of Niger. But unfortunately today, I mean, I'm the organizer and I have to take the decision, and my decision is no risk for the people who come with us, so I modify the race.
It's the first time the event has been back to Niger since 1992. That's how important it is. Well, changes to the route. There's the new route going today from Gao. To Menaka, and then changing on Friday and Saturday. Be more about that in the next 2 nights' programs. But Saturday's Ali Agadez stage has been cancelled. So you're back with Eurosport, you're back on the Dakar. And let's have a look at today's events on this stage 6, Thursday, January the 9th. 80 bikers starting this morning out of the 127 who originally left Dakar 5 days ago. And number 3, Tereman Yaldi, starting this morning as the Special Stage 5 winner, but 29th overall after losing his engine on Tuesday. Scenes around this very low mud town of Gao, here in the real Sahel of Mali, as they're gradually moving into the larger wastelands of the Sahara, heading towards the forbidding Tenere Desert, which they will reach after the weekend. Stefan Peter Hansel, leader by 1 hour and 10 minutes at this morning start, hoping to make up more today. He has won 4 of the 5 stages on the rally so far. Well, Serge Del Palacios of Honda suddenly realizes he's nearly forgotten his GPS. Has to go back for it. Well, while he's sorting that out, he has a chat with Isabelle Jomini at the start, but let's quickly look at the Brits, see what's happened. There's Isabelle with her broken leg. She's out of the event. But news today, John Deacon tonight, 24th on the event, on his Plymouth Run KTM. 2 places ahead of Terry Magnaldi, who's gone up to 26th today. Ian Graham from Carrickfergus, the fish and chip shop owner. He is 42nd overall on his KTM, but sadly, Irishman Nick Craigie out after his engine failed yesterday, leaving his CCM teammates, Vinny Fitzsimon in 65th place, Richard Fair in 67th, and Adrian Lappin in 49th place.
I slipped in the street, and I put the
Well, a sort out going on there, just explaining how the GPS fits on. And Isabelle Jomini, we saw on the programme yesterday, about to be repatriated back to France with that fairly broken leg. Well, it's Kamashi Yoshi on his Honda there, 20th overall this morning, getting lost as Stefan Petter-Hansel really lays down the dust and shows no fear on this event. He is the winner of the stage today, and he maintains his lead of the rally. 1 hour, 15 minutes ahead of closest challengers, Jordi Acarons and Oscar Gallardo, the two Spains riding for KTM and Cagiva. So Yamaha, KTM and Cagiva, three manufacturers in the top three places in the bikes, which is more than you can say for the cars, as you'll find out in a moment. Jimmy Lewis starting 5th overall, the American KTM rider. We see some of the camel grass, the cactuses, and the Sahel vegetation they're riding through. Here is Jimmy Lewis, the distinctive orange of his factory KTM. But this is 4th place, Gerard Jimink. He crashes only 5 kilometers after the start of the stage. Jimink, incidentally, one of only 2 riders to have beaten Petter-Hansel on a stage this year.
It was not good concentration, I think, in the beginning of the start. That was the mistake. And I was my shoulder out, I think. Many years ago, it happened 2 times. It's not the strongest one. It's okay with me, but...
So if you pick that up, he's dislocated a shoulder he damaged some years ago. It's the wrong shoulder, and it's out again. So he's out of the event. Stefan Petter-Hansel increasing his lead with this stage win, just powering his way through on the twin Yamaha. Meanwhile, Terry Magnaldi on the KTM, which is only a single, remember, trying to pick up places today.
Got to do a little navigation here. The course is turning
on board with Lewis.
And watch out for some of these ditches. Here we go, we got some silt here. Not so bad though, it's not coming up over my front fender like it was the other day. That was deep. Camera crew or something out there, it just confirms that you're going the right way. I bet you it's a hell of a view from up there though. They ought to put a helmet on my head.
Well, the 2 Spaniards, Jordi Acarons and Oscar Gallardo, 2nd and 3rd, riding together. Number 2 there, Acarons, and 17, Gallardo. KTM and Cagiva. Well, they eventually reach the bivouac tonight at Menaca, and these thorns in the thorn trees and cactuses are part of the problem. Acaron's getting medical treatment for these spikes. He's got them in his hands, in his legs. A little bit poisonous, these spikes. You don't want to leave them in there. Petter-Hansel hurts as well. Even the bikes get it. So Stefan Petter-Hansel leading the rally quite impressively after 6 days. Well, Oscar Gallardo, 5th on the special stage today, saying it was very hard going. My front end kept washing out. So I had a little bit of control problem, but at least I'm still in 3rd place. Haven't lost too much time.
Today's stage was the first time we got off and ran completely off the course, so you're relying solely on the GPS, and it was pretty easy to follow. It wasn't so long, and the dunes weren't so sharp. They were more of the rolling dunes, so it was pretty easy. It wasn't as difficult as I had suspected.
This is Stefan Petter-Hansel saying Terry Magnaldi started very fast out in front, and it was hard for me to catch him back. He was ahead of me, but as soon as we started off the piste, I found a better way. I caught him up, and then we ran together. Well, there's results then today of the special stage. Peter Hansel back in control, winning 5 out of 6 stages. Terry Magnaldi, Jordi Acarons, Jimmy Lewis and Oscar Gallardo, with David Castera on the Yamaha supporting Peter Hansel just outside the top 5 in 6th place. Just a reminder of the overall positions. Peter Hansel from Acarons Gallardo, but look at the gap. He has 2 hours and 8 minutes over the 3rd place man, Gallardo. And is anyone going to be able to catch the flying Professor Peter Hansel? Watch this space and we'll find out. Well, a quick look now at the roadbook side of the rally. Now, they use GPS systems, which is global positioning satellites. Here's Kenjiro Shinizuka and his co-driver, Henri Magna.
Quite good, okay, no big problems. Only sometimes you have been surprised to see that a lot of people didn't follow the waypoint given by organizers, but for us it was perfect. We did.
Now, the GPS works by taking positioning from 2 or even 3 satellites and giving you pretty precise details of where you are to within about 10 meters. But being so close to the equator can lead to slight variations.
I'm checking the roadbook to get some information to put on the GPS. I'm trying to get the GPS waypoints and some information about the village or the information we can put on the map to make a route.
So what happens, you put all the waypoints onto a computer, then you put the floppy into the car's GPS system, and here's how it works. Computer wizard Baptiste loading the info into Shino's system.
So now the route is finished, so I have to plug the cable.
This is how sophisticated the Dakar has come. Henri Magna again.
What I am doing now is to put some color on all the dangers, to be sure to not forget. For example, this one is a big danger. I must not forget to announce to the pilot, because if I forget, it will be the crash. We have a little bit more than other entrants, because on our screen we have a map, a 200,000 scale map, and we have an arrow, which is a car moving on the map. So we can see all the pistes. The maps are old, but we can see the piste and we can move on the map.
We'll take a break, afterwards come back and see the cars. We're back on the Dakar on Eurosport as 115 cars and trucks out of the original 135 starters prepare for the off on stage 6. Schlesser we saw preparing for the stage start as Fontenay goes off first as yesterday's winner. Jutta Kleinschmidt driving the Eurosport-backed Schlesser original Seat V6 powered buggy. She goes off now, although she's still some way down the order after her problems. But then disaster for Jean-Louis Schlesser. He rolls over only 10 kilometers into the stage. Same problem Jimink had, a very early accident. And his co-driver Philippe Monet has hurt his hand. He's in some pain. Hubert Oriol's there very quickly with his helicopter, but Monet, who should have been celebrating the fact that Britain's Tony Bullimore and France's Thierry Dubois were found in the Pacific today after their yachts capsized, because he himself is a round-the-world yachtsman, but he's in too much pain to care about that at the moment. Passing Toyota crew help. That's what's happened. The wheel has come out, the center of the wheel, and the buggy has rolled several times. Tire has gone off completely. Well, Monet getting some treatment as a local inhabitant brings that tire back. Well, the tire came off the rim. We're doing 160 kilometers. I think it's over. Yeah, Philippe's in some pain. Chassis looks okay, but there's a lot of damage to repair. Philippe's a bit pale, but he's saying he can go on. It's just he can't stand blood that he nearly fainted. So anyway, Schlesser has decided to stop. Well, they eventually put the screen back in as Monet's airlifted out to have treatment to his hand. and Schlesser drives onto Gao. He'll concentrate on helping his teammate Jutta Kleinschmidt. This is Philippe Alliot in the Nissan T1 Patrol GR. He's second at the moment in T1 to Sauser.
C'est pas indiqué. Et il faut faire attention.
Well, Fontenay, second on the special, moves up to second overall because of the problems Sabi will have later on. Shinazuka. He's worried about his gearbox, but he's pushing hard today and he's looking to take the lead of the rally. Well, Bruno Sabi, in fact, had a puncher and finishes third on the special stage. Drops to third overall after losing 4 minutes 16 seconds. Let's go on board with Sabi as he makes up time after that puncher. He says the route's fairly winding. He's having to brake with the left foot to slow down in a lot of the corners to be in order to be in a good position before each curb. I rather like to get the car lined up and sideways before we go into the curb. I don't want to risk going off the track because that loses us time. It slows us down. The driver has to really concentrate, hold the steering wheel very lightly, listen to the co-pilot, and of course all the time watch out for the bikers.
Là, je place au pied gauche de façon à pivoter, à faire pivoter la voiture avant plutôt qu'elle pivote à la sortie parce que attention dans 200 à la sortie ça me fait perdre. Ondulation. T'as compris? À la sortie.
You can hear Dominic Serias telling him to leave the piece there, telling him there is a biker in front, watch out.
Là, vous voyez la moto, elle m'entend pas, voilà c'est bon.
Gives him the horn. And that poor biker now lost in the dust cloud from the Mitsubishi Pajero. Of Bruno Sabi. Shinazuka wins the stage and takes the lead of the rally. It's his second stage win on this event, and Japan leads the 1997 Dakar. He was a delighted driver.
It was quite short distance, only 340 or something, but middle of the stage. We don't have piste, off-road, completely off-road. It was very, very difficult, very, very dangerous because sometimes big hole, we cannot see. We had 2 times bad jump, but fortunately we finished.
So Shinazuka, the man who twice won the Ivory Coast Rally, still the only Japanese to win a World Rally Championship event. Can he win the Dakar? Let's see over the next few days. Well, Jean-Pierre Fontenay still on a charge, second overall, after finishing second on the stage with Bruno Musmara. Well, Jutta Kleinschmidt avoids Schlesser's problems, finishing fourth on the special. She moves to seventh overall. Let's listen to her commentary on the road.
They can repair the car. It was not looking too bad.
Nonetheless, she is 3 hours 38 minutes down on the leader, although she's now in 7th overall. Carla Souza, driving Portuguese Toyota, leading T1, 11th overall, just ahead of Philippe Alliot. The car scare off the local wildlife. We're looking for Duarte Guedes in the Desud Nissan Terrano. There he is indeed, 17th overall. Guedes, the man who finished 8th on last year's Dakar. Giacomo Vismara, his Vismara Mercedes moves up from 12th to 12th from 15th of yesterday. So good showing there. Well, let's have a quick look at what the Brits are doing. Just the 2 Brits, Dick Partridge and Keith Parker from Ipswich. Well, they were 98th this morning in their Isuzu Trooper, or 98th of the 115 survivors. No news yet tonight because a lot of people still have to come in yet. But this morning they were 19 hours 51 minutes down on the rally leaders. Looking at some of the other crews, Joanne Lemos and Karine Douay, we just saw there, the only all-girl crew, 65th tonight. And in the trucks, Joseph Petit, 4th overall for Hino. His teammate Peter Johan Reif leading the trucks in 37th overall. Let's have a look at the car results of today.